Everybody stay calm, know your assignment, and just do it to the best of your ability, all right?
We are smart, we play hard, we don't make mistakes.
It's on us. These are the faces you're going to look at tomorrow, baby. Let's go.
Fellas, go to work, you baby. You can talk all you want. Got to do it on the field, fellas.
This is it. Everything you got.
It was playoff time, and the New York Giants were rolling, defying all who had predicted a big blue rebuilding year. For 3 quarters, the football gods shined on the Giants, the spoils of a 10-win season that exceeded all expectations except their own.
These corners cannot deal with Amani Toomer. He is killing them.
But the gods can be fickle, and momentum can shift as quickly as the San Francisco wind.
Yeah, baby! What you want? Come on!
The finish was sudden and devastating, but from crushing defeat comes a galvanizing resolve. A new challenge has been laid before the New York Football Giants, and they will respond as a team, together. While heartbreak can crush a team's spirit, this was no ordinary team. This was no ordinary season.
Hey, we're leaving him in too long. Let's go deliver a knockout punch.
Make no mistake, 2002 was a season of triumph. One of the NFL's most storied franchises, no team has reached the postseason more times than the New York Giants. And in 2003, no team has greater motivation to return.
Blitz, Collins lobs it right, and he's got it for a touchdown! He took it right away from Dawkins! Oh, my heart. The fans are to their feet. Turns outside to the pylon, touchdown! Teamwork at its best.
After a loss on opening night, New York faced the defending NFC champion Rams. Most expected an aerial showcase, but few predicted that it would be the Giants taking flight. Kerry Collins completed 14 of his first 15 passes, and his 85% completion percentage set a franchise record.
Throw right for Shockey. He's got it down the sideline. Touchdown! Going deep. They went with Shockey. A stop and a go. The guy just ignored him. He says, he's not going to go deep on me. Forget about it.
Meanwhile, the Giants' defense turned the greatest show on turf into a flea circus.
Warner back to throw, feels some pressure, swings it left, pass deflected, intercepted by the Giants at the 30. That's Jason Sehorn to the 10, to the 5. Sweet retribution for Mike Marks.
New York sacked Kurt Warner twice and forced 4 turnovers, including 2 in the final minutes.
They need a touchdown. Warner back, looks left, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by the Giants. Will Peterson stepped in front of Torrey Holt.
The Giants' defense came out charging again in Week 3, limiting the Seahawks to just 145 total yards. Number 90, Kenny Holmes, linebacker Brandon Short, and cornerback Will Allen helped dish out the punishment. Seattle took a 3-point lead into the 4th quarter, but steadily, the Giants took control of the game. Matt Bryant's 3rd field goal gave New York a narrow lead.
It's got the distance. It is goal! 9 for 9.
For the 2nd straight game, Will Peterson preserved the victory with an interception.
Intercepted! Intercepted by Will Peterson!
In their first year as a starting tandem, Peterson and Will Allen gave the Giants the finest pair of young corners in the NFL, capable of shutting down even the league's best receivers. The cornerbacks, along with safeties Omar Stoudemire and Sean Williams, formed a secondary that can dish it out. Williams moved to strong safety in 2002 and directed traffic for the Giants secondary.
Rambo, right, cut! Play pass! Clear! What's up, dog?
All 3 starting linebackers were tackling machines in 2002 as they combined for over 300 tackles. Pro Bowl defensive end Michael Strahan led New York with 11 sacks. The heart of the Giants' defense Strahan has become the top all-around end in football. Kenny Holmes tied a career high with 8 sacks. Despite missing Keith Hamilton for most of the year, the D-line crushed runners and harried passers all season.
Way to hold it down. Way to lock their ass down, boy. Yeah.
In Dallas, the Giants' offense finally found its rhythm, matching its touchdown output of the first 4 games. Under extreme Texas heat, the Giants stifled the Dallas passing game, barely giving Quincy Carter room to breathe. Trailing by 3 in the fourth quarter, the Giants engineered a masterful 80-yard drive.
Pass complete, touchdown, Marcellus Rivers!
Well, it takes 11 guys to make a touchdown, and just a perfect pass thrown by Collins.
When a 2-game slide and a 3-4 record brought offensive struggles to the forefront, Jim Fassel acted decisively. Assuming play-calling duties, Fassel sparked an offensive explosion unlike any in franchise history.
Give me float right, 41 front, and smoke.
Fassel opened up the attack, and New York cut giant gashes in opposing defenses. The offensive line had new starters in 4 positions, but gelled into a rock-solid unit which allowed just 24 sacks. The Giants kept pass rushers off balance while rocking run stuffers back on their heels. The line fueled an offense which averaged 27 points over its last 10 games. Another new element in the Giants' offense was rookie tight end Jeremy Shockey.
How's Shockey doing? Really good. He's a good player.
In his first preseason game, Shockey gave everyone a taste of what was in store.
Shockey again for 5 yards. He runs over people down the right sideline. There goes Shockey, plowing people over. That's more yardage than all the tight ends had last year.
You see that play he made in the Hall of Fame game?
Plowing people over.
That's something special.
Now that's good. I like that.
In 2002, Shockey emerged as one of the top tight ends in the NFL. His 74 receptions led his position, and by mid-season, there was no tougher man in football to bring down. No one seemed to be enjoying himself more than number 80.
You like this?
New York finished 6th in the league in passing with over 4,000 yards. Kerry Collins set franchise record for completions and passing yards and completed a career-high 61% of his passes. Number 81, Amani Toomer, led the receiving corps with 82 catches for over 1,300 yards. Ike Hilliard grabbed 27 passes despite missing the season's last 10 games.
Right to the end zone. Hilliard's got a touchdown.
Against Jacksonville, the Giants' offense began to hit its stride.
Handoff right for Barber. Big hole to the goal line. Touchdown, Tiki.
Untouched, Bobby, untouched.
And they're not stopping us. They haven't stopped us. We stopped ourselves.
Not even instant replay could stop the surging New York attack.
Looks, throws it to the right. Caught by Dixon. Was he in? Looking for a signal? No. Pushed out of bounds by Bryant. And we're going to get a review from upstairs.
After the correct call was made, Tiki Barber's second touchdown extended the fans' smiles from ear to ear.
Big hole, left guard. Dances across the 40. Still on his feet. Breaks right to the 35. To the 30. To the 20. Barber hesitates at the 10. Barber on his feet. Barber in! Touchdown!
Jacksonville threatened New York with 2 late scores, but Sean Williams, Michael Strahan, and the Giants' defense would not break, sealing a much-needed victory.
It's like Vikings, man. We came in here on our ship. We burned our ship, so we got to take their ship. Ain't no way back home, or we stuck. Can't hang out in Mall America all day.
In Minnesota, the Giants' offense continued its rebirth.
Blitz on, lobs it left, looking for Toomer. He's got it for a touchdown.
Toomer with just a beautiful fake.
What was he? Was he pressed? It was 0. He's playing 0. I just let him.
Break tackles, break a lot of tackles. Squeeze the ball, hold on to the ball, all right? Good job.
Ron Dane squeezed the ball all the way to the end zone, extending Big Blue's lead to 10.
Up the middle, run, Dane to the 20, Dane to the 10, Dane to the 5,
Mike Barrow and Michael Strahan added sacks, while the secondary held Dante Culpepper to just 91 yards passing.
That's the way to go.
When Culpepper was replaced by Todd Bauman, the Vikings responded and took a 1-point fourth-quarter lead on Michael Bennett's run.
There goes Michael Bennett. Off to the races. 10-5 touchdown. So here come the Giants now trailing.
Kerry Collins passed for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. Along with Tiki Barber, he took the Giants the length of the field when they needed it the most.
Throws left, and it's caught for a first down at the 17-yard line.
He's a veteran, and on third down, he is their man.
You talk about Hank Stram, he just matriculated the ball up the field.
Ball on the right hash mark, 20-19 Minnesota. Stackhouse in motion, they give for Barber, runs right, Tiki tripped up, dives ahead, touchdown!
Tiki's been the man in this drive.
In 2002, Tiki Barber certainly was the man, proving once and for all that he can flourish as an every down back.
Amazing, amazing. The effort, the speed, the talent, the poise.
The 6-year veteran rushed for nearly 1,400 yards and scored a career-high 11 touchdowns. He also led the NFC with almost 2,000 total yards from scrimmage, cementing his status as one of the league's most versatile players.
Barber running right, Wong strings it out, Barber trying to reverse his field, he gets a block, he's got Collins leading it, Barber to the 20, cut to the 25, still on his feet, Barber down the left sideline, across midfield, Barber still running to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, and finally grab by his feet, Texans at the 16-yard line. What a run by Tiki Barber.
Kind of day you get muddy, get wet, get nasty, baby. Earn that paycheck, baby.
Any affair involving the Giants and Redskins usually turns quite nasty. The matchup in Week 11 proved to be no exception. No quarter was given and none expected.
Get ready, just catch your breath. It's gonna be a long day and you know it.
Finding themselves down by 7, the Giants needed a spark. What they got was the incendiary play of Jeremy Shockey.
Over the middle, pass complete, running out of a tackle is Shockey, spinning ahead for the first down. Shockey to the 35 and finally tackled.
Shockey's 11 catches for 111 yards were just part of his impact. As the rain came down, Washington was forced to double cover Shockey, and the deep routes popped open like umbrellas.
Now throw it to the end zone, wide open, Toomer to the 5, touchdown.
Still, New York needed 4 Matt Bryant field goals to take a slim fourth-quarter lead.
Kick on its way, and it's good. The Giants take the lead 19-17.
With a mere 2-point cushion to protect, the defense and special teams tried to hold off the Redskins.
Showing plays. Matthews back off his back foot, throws it right. Intercepted by Seahorn. Redskins trying to take the lead. Snap to the spot. Kick on its way. Partially blocked. Partially blocked by the Giants. They pick it up, and they advance it to the 49-yard line of the Redskins.
With the lead secured and victory assured, the Giants were finally free to shout at the rain. The euphoria of 3 straight victories soon faded. The Giants dropped heartbreakers to Tennessee and the expansion Houston Texans. At 6-6, they dropped to the fringes of the playoff picture. The shadow of a potential lost season loomed. But under Jim Fossil, the Giants have been December's darlings, going a combined 19-5 in the final month. Against Washington, Kerry Collins threw 2 first-half touchdown passes as New York took a 17-3 lead.
And he gets it to Stackhouse, who holds on for a touchdown.
With 4 defensive starters injured, younger players filled the void.
Thompson's got it, fumbles the football, and it's picked up by Ralph Brown. Pass intercepted on the run by the Giants. Ralph Brown.
Men named Brown, Legree, Greason, and Serwanga picked up the slack. The newcomers kept the Redskins at bay with hard hits and clutch play.
It was Serwanga who forced the fumble.
Whenever Washington chipped away at the lead, the Giants' offense hammered its way to the goal line.
Collins takes the snap. They give for Barber, running right, touchdown, Tiki.
The Giants had climbed back into the playoff picture. As darkness fell and the temperature dropped in Week 15, the Giants were just starting to heat up against Dallas.
In for Barber, cuts left, out of the hole to the 40, breaks left to the sideline, 45-50. Barber in a foot race to the 40, to the 30, stops at the 20, cuts back right to the 10, and dragged down at the 8-yard line.
New York stormed to a 37-0 lead. Its potent passing game, combined with 157 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground, overwhelmed the Cowboys' defense. Meanwhile, a Mike Barrow blitz added to the Giants' scoreboard assault.
Hutchinson takes the snap, and he gets sacked and fumbles the football. Ball bangs loose. Giants pick it up in midfield. Running with it, Kenny Holmes, like a loaf of bread. Breaks left to the 15, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Giants!
With their biggest blowout over Dallas in 40 years, the Giants were 1 win closer to a playoff berth.
I want to play fast. I want to play hard. I want to execute. All right? We're going to execute every play. We're going to play fast. All right? We're going to put some drives together. We're going to score touchdowns, baby. Let's go. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win.
Collins on a play fake to throw. Wide receiver screen left for Shockey. Shockey to the 30. Cuts at the 25. Runs over somebody to the 20. Strong safety David Gibson wants the truck number that ran him over. It's number 80. They give for Barber running left. Tiki to the outside. He goes in, standing up. Touchdown, Giants.
Pity Tony Dungy. In Week 16, the hottest team in the NFL dismantled his Colts using speed, power, and a little trickery.
Collins now throwing it deep downfield for Chuba. He's got him on the run at the 30. Chuba to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Giants.
Gary Collins achieved a perfect quarterback rating, and though Peyton Manning finally started hitting his receivers in the fourth quarter, so did the Giants.
Collins to throw all day. Throws it right wide open. Cooper, touchdown.
Counted out all too often, the Giants were now 1 win from the playoffs, in control of their own destiny. Preparing for Week 17 came down to a single mantra: beat the Eagles, make the playoffs.
Now, we play these guys twice a year. Twice a year, and you got extra time to study. There's no reason for us not to know this opponent better than anybody we play, right? Last year, they beat us twice. They played better than we did for 60 minutes. No excuse. They played better than we did. And that flipped their season, and it flipped our season. They cost us everything we wanted last year. I don't want to say that at the end of this year. Congratulations. Hey, good luck today. Huh? Yeah, let's go. Right, you know we're going to rumble. You know there's going to be a rumble.
No, that's right.
You now just stand there and watch it.
It was NFC East football, the way it ought to be. Cold and windy, with everything on the line.
Either you win this game or it's over.
After a torrid December, the Giants finally found a team that could stop their offense from scoring. Strangely, it was wearing blue and gray.
Chuba makes the catch for a touchdown. It's coming back, folks.
That's the second penalty on a touchdown play.
The Giants outgained the division champs nearly 2-1 and held the ball for almost 40 minutes. Still, the Giants trailed in the fourth quarter, but victory was still within their grasp. For the Giants, repeated frustration did not sully their resolve. Steadily, New York overcame the Eagles and its own mistakes.
This is a game that's going to be won by field position.
A touchdown was inevitable, and the inevitable would rock the Meadowlands to its core.
Eagles on a blitz. Collins lobs it right, looking for Shockey, and he's got it for a touchdown. He took it right away from Dawkins.
All that was a jump ball, and Shockey wanted it more.
Dawkins is 5'11", Shockey's 6'5".
Tiki Barber rushed for over 200 yards and played the game of his life. But a fourth quarter miscue pushed the Giants' playoff hopes to the brink.
Tackled at the 24, the ball popped loose.
They're giving it to him.
Philadelphia has the football. Tiki buries his head in the soft turf. Anchors for the lead in a 7-7 game. Giants line up with 1:16 to go. Detmer to hold. Kick on its way. It's drifting, and it is no good. Wide right. Wide right.
Oh, the Giants live. is really behind this team.
Hey, fellas, let's go. Every play, all right? Let's go. It's do or die on 3. 1, 2, 3, do or die.
In overtime, Philadelphia's A.J. Feely tried to engineer a drive against a fired-up Giants defense. The kid never had a chance.
Looking, throws it over the middle. Pass is deflected, intercepted by Shawn Williams. First turnover of the day. Shawn Williams comes through.
Come on, get ready, Mooney Chains, baby! Mooney Chains!
Pressure up the middle for Shockey, who makes a great catch at the 38. Got knocked down, but he held on to the football.
A season that was supposed to be spent rebuilding now stubbornly refused to end.
Snap, spot, kick on its way, plenty of leg, and it is good! Giants are going to the playoffs! That Bryant from 39 yards out in overtime! Pandemonium at Giant Stadium!
In 4 short months, the Giants had become a team, and thousands of fans had become believers, leaving an unquenchable thirst for a 2003 season that can't start soon enough.